Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Trina, with Chat with Trina. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week so far. I am, and I'm so excited. I haven't been having shows for the last couple of weeks, but we're back today. And remember that June is Black Music Month.
Yep.
And so I have a very special guest today, Mr. William Campbell, the king and originator of gospel soul. Hey, William.
Hey,
Hey. William, you've been everywhere.
hey.
I've been seeing you. I say, William is
I'm
everywhere.
I mean everywhere. I mean I've been so booked and busy and just going. I mean I haven't really had a break, really to be honest with you. Uh
Right.
been a nonstop thing, but I mean hey, I guess that happens when you're the king.
When you're king. And it's good too. That makes you know,
Oh, it's
shoot.
wonderful. I love it. I years ago, I prayed and I decreed and declared for things that where I am now. And
Right.
so, a lot of people say be careful what you ask for, but hey, you know, be booked and busy and doing going, then somebody sitting at the house looking at the wall. So God honored my petition.
Now I can hear you even better. I don't know what you did, but I can hear you even better now.
I was saying God honored my petition because years ago, I was even though I grew up and was born in the industry, I petitioned for all the things that I'm doing now. So God honored my
Right.
request. So hey, I'd rather be booked and busy than sitting at the house.
That is facts, and more facts. So that's exactly what could be happening.
Listen, could be,
Um,
yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see what's going on here. AM. Let's see what happens here next. I don't know what that's about. Okay. Y'all hold on. Give me a second. I don't know why that's doing that. Okay. Okay. So, William, you know it is Black Music Month. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to have you on. Of course, and then you're awesome. The last time I saw you was at the networking event with Oscar Magar over there at the Galleria. Yeah, we went to that networking event.
Right,
That was really nice in Neiman Marcus.
right.
That
Uh-huh.
was really nice. Have you performed lately?
I have performed several times since then. Recently, I just performed for Juneteenth for Katy, the city of Katy, Texas.
Okay.
For their Juneteenth celebration, the Katy, Texas American Society. Uh, American Heritage Society.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
that was outside. It was over 100. No, it was over 350 people that was there.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, and
What
then I did
good.
Saturday right after that. I did um the Smith Foundation,
I saw
their
that.
big mansion, and I was the celebrity guest for that, and did the whole entertainment for them. So
Okay. Yeah, I did see you there on online. So tell us about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I am originally from Dallas, Texas.
Really?
Born and raised, Oak Cliff.
What?
I graduated from DeSoto High School, but before public schools, I was in private school. Uh,
Oh,
and I moved to Houston. Well, right after high school, I went to Christ for the Nations to do foundational courses. And then around 2016, I had moved to Houston. Uh,
okay.
so, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were from Dallas. So, I swing out dance. We did. I think I told you that DFW swing out dance.
Right. Uh-huh.
And that. Oh yeah, because I told you I didn't know that you couldn't call Dallas Fort Worth. You can't call Fort Worth Dallas. It's a difference. Please
Right.
don't make that mistake.
Exactly.
One of my best friends, her husband is from Oak Cliff. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. So I'm just gonna read to you what I have, and then I'm gonna let you talk about yourself. Y'all, based on
Okay.
what I found, Mr. William P. Campbell, also known as the king or originator godfather of gospel soul, and we're gonna get into that, is an international recording artist, multi-award nominee, community leader. Um, Sounds of Soul Part One,
Yeah, that's my first app. That's one of my albums, not my first
and
album.
then Nothing Like the Spirit.
Nothing Like the Spirit is actually on Sounds of Soul Part One. So I got three albums. I have the well, first I had singles, which was Covered, I Am, and then I have three albums, Sounds of Part One, The Godfather King, The Art of Music, and the recent one that just came out, The Musical Evolution, The King of Gospel Soul, William P. Campbell.
Okay, okay. Well, you have established yourself as the original king of gospel soul. How did your journey in music begin?
Uh Woo.
What was your early experience shaped that? What were you in church?
So
Family
you know,
sing?
I was raised in church. I was raised in church,
Mhm.
and my mom was operated classically trained, so she was an opera singer. But I do come from different grandmothers, godmothers that were music hall of famers and legends in the industry. Olivia Benny Skinner, Ola Reagan, Tommy Young West, my god aunt and uncle, Yarbrough and Peoples, Kevin Yarbrough, Lois Yarbrough. Kevin Yarbrough just passed away recently. Uh,
Really?
Funeral is going to be Monday there in Dallas, so I'll be in town for that. And then
You
also,
won't believe my dad. My dad. Well, you don't know this. My dad passed in September 23rd,
uh-huh,
and he loved Yarrows and People when I
really,
was young. Yeah. So when you said that, it immediately made me think, oh my gosh, my daddy used to love Yarrow and People.
wow,
That's crazy.
yeah,
It's
that is
so it's,
crazy.
it's it's crazy for you to bring that up. And this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but because that's so crazy, I just went to Esther Soul Food, right?
Uh-huh.
And my daddy, he used to like Esther Soul Food, best soul food ever in Acres Homes.
Oh
And
yeah.
as I go in there, because my daddy liked that food, I used to bring him the food from there. I was thinking about him just like an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's son walks out of the back of the kitchen. I was like, what are you doing? It was so crazy. Like, what? And then you start talking about Yarborough People. Okay, I'm sorry. That was
Yes,
a
yeah. I mean, y'all run people. I mean, those are big music influences. I mean, my
yeah.
mom, she's also an honorable. Um, who else? I mean, Curtis King. He's the founder and
Hmm.
CEO of the Black Cat and Varsity Loves, where I got my start in
Okay.
music industry, theater, acting, Broadway, musicals, all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's why I'm such a big perfectionist, because all of them were perfectionists, and so.
And they
Uh,
poured into you.
yeah, I got my start from there, and that's where all the stars, all the celebrities came from, and have been. And so I did that. I mean, and the list goes on and on and on. I mean, I could name so many people that had a huge influence in my music and entertainment career. And some of them have passed away now. But
Yeah.
I got my start, like I said, in the church. But I never considered myself or was never a gospel singer, because I was always, I mean, for some reason, I just always had soul in me. And so, outside of my family background,
Hmm.
uh, I was influenced, by um, James Brown, Michael Jackson,
Okay.
uh, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, Ray Charles, Elvis Presley, um,
Okay.
Little Richard, Tina Turner, uh, and I had those influences. I mean, because one thing about me, I'm very versatile. uh,
Hmm.
my music, in my approach, in my performances, and to have longevity in this industry, you got to be versatile in some way, form, or fashion. You can't be
Yeah.
in a box. And so
Yeah.
uh,
True.
those were my influences. So outside of church, I was doing secular music, and the way we were trained vocally by my music, she's a Grammy Award winner. Shout out to Pamela Dawson. Um, we couldn't sing gospel nowhere in there. And so we sung in different languages. We sung classical music, opera. We sung
What?
all of the different genres. I mean, we even won awards. I've been winning awards since I was in my early teens. Um, and so I was doing that type of music. I wasn't doing gospel music. I mean, really, be honest with you, I wasn't really even listening to any gospel artists at that time. I mean, except for what I was listening to in church and was singing it, when I would do church things or whatever getting it be. But outside of that, I mean, I did nothing but um secular music. And so I got my start out, out there. And then I the rest is history. God moved me out of Dallas um to actually fulfill my destiny and purpose and the fullness of what I was supposed to do in life. Because a lot of times you can't really fulfill stuff when you're around familiarity and around
Yes.
those that actually know you and try to bring up the old you and what
Oh
you
my gosh,
did and who you
yes.
was and all this kind of stuff. And so, I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of like, I mean, really, to be honest with you, anybody that had success, majority of people that had success in the industry, in the Bible, in government, or whatever case may be, it was not because they were in their hometown. God moved them somewhere else where nobody knew them, and God made them a name all over the
Mhm.
world. And that's the same thing God did to me. So that was my start. Dallas was my stomping grounds. Dallas was my start. But where God elevated me and gave me a name globally to have global influence was
Mm.
here in Houston.
So with the you saying with the reason why you are gospel soul is because gospel doesn't fit your entire catalog, if you will, what you do.
Well, I never wanted to be in a box. And so let me explain to you how gospel soul was even created. First of all, let me just say this, that I didn't even know, to be honest with you, that I had created a genre of music until it was announced and introduced to the world in 2020 when I released Sounds of Soul Part 1. That's
Mm-hmm.
when Hollywood Productions had picked it up and they introduced it as gospel soul. At that time, saying classics never die. Now, fast forward 2023 is when I actually got global recognition for being the originator, the architect, and was crowned and dubbed as the king, originator, and architect of that genre of music. It went out in New York Weekly, went out in Entertainment Monthly News, went out in Celebrity News, Portland News, and then Times Square had reached out to me and said, "We want to honor you with a huge billboard in Times Square." That's when that billboard that you see on my page went up, honoring me as the king and originator of gospel soul music.
Oh wow.
That's when it hit the news all over the world, the Fox, the ABC, NBC, sports networks. I mean, every industry was talking about this genre of music, and that's when uh, gospel soul became a global official genre. And then my late friend, which I miss him so much, he gave me a national day, the King of Gospel Soul, William P. Campbell Day, on my birthday, October 29th. Sylvester Turner, the late Sylvester Turner, the mayor of Houston,
Yeah.
you know, congressman, he gave that to me and bestowed that upon me. And then just last year is when the state of Texas actually recognized it as an official national day. It was already official when Sylvester did it, but it's now officially a national recognized day as the King of Gospel Soul, William P. Campbell Day, because
Wow.
of my impact that I made with that genre, but just, everything that I've done, not just with the genre, but my humanitarianism, my philanthropy, my giving back, my speaking up and advocating for different
Mhm.
and so I've been honored numerous times by presidents, White House, Congress, House of Representatives, states, cities, city councils, all of that. I mean,
Oh
right after
wow.
all this happened right after Gospel Soul came into existence, and I was dubbed and crowned as the king and originator of Gospel Soul because I originated and created the genre of music. So I tell you all the time, I didn't give myself that. I didn't even know that was going to even happen, but it did happen, and it happened right before Tina Turner passed away just hours actually before Tina Turner passed the next morning.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, let me mention this. It mentions about your overcoming hardship.
Yeah.
Which tends to, in my opinion, tends to be what makes us, so many of us that are successful, is what
Mhm.
makes us the hardships, things that we have to overcome. Your story includes overcoming deep challenges from trauma to homelessness. Have you been homeless?
Yeah. I mean, you have to understand, a lot of times success you have to go through. I mean, you got to be tried in the fire. I mean, I have been through so many things that a lot of things I didn't think I was going to make it out of. I mean, God has tested me. I have been tried so many times, and that's why I can walk tall and confident in who I am, because I know that I have been through a lot to be where I am, and I have paid a
Mhm.
price to have what I have and to have the recognitions and honors that I have on a global scale. And so I did do homelessness. I have slept in my cars. I have slept back and forth to hotels. I mean, all that kind of stuff. I've been through it. And God has preserved me through all of that. And I mean, it wasn't easy. I mean, it was very hard. I mean, and then a lot of times I was going through that type of stuff and then having to get on stage and then having to do interviews and then, having to travel, and nobody knew what I was going through.
Wow.
Nobody knew, that I was going through certain situations because I kept it to myself. I just went through and allowed God to open up doors and
Mhm.
be God and do what He was going to do. So yeah, I've been through that. I've been through tragedies. I've been through traumas. I've been through so many death experiences in the last few years. I mean, even when I was a kid. Um, and I owe it to one of my brothers, my own brother. He Tierre. Um, I had almost drowned in a pool, and he had saved me. He had jumped in the pool and grabbed me and got me, and I'm alive today. So I mean, I've had all kinds of death experiences since I was a kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And do you believe, I'm sure you believe this, did you know, like, it took me a long time to get that, but that when you go through these things on purpose, it's not easy, it's hard, so that you can be able at the end of the day tell people about your testimony, so everybody will know that there is a God and what he can do for them, and giving
Oh
him
yeah,
the glory by doing that.
most definitely, most definitely.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
mean, how can you help somebody else get out of something if you've never been through anything?
Been through, exactly.
How can you tell somebody how it feels if you've never experienced it? I mean, how can you tell somebody how to overcome if you've never overcome it? How can you tell
Mhm.
somebody you got the victory and to keep your hope alive and to keep faith if you've never kept your faith and never kept your hope alive, even through what you was going through? So I mean, it's kind of a contradiction.
Yeah, absolutely. So in when we're coming up into doing bigger, better things, sometimes we have to leave people behind. I had a consultant one time, well, one of my employees one time, she was telling me about things that was happening with her face. It was just everything happened. I told her, if you have a plate, you gotta take some of that stuff off your plate. And sometimes you have to say goodbye to people so you can move forward, because they holding on to you and
Yeah.
you try to hold on to that. You got to let go and move forward. Have you had to do that and leave some people behind?
Oh, many times. I mean, the higher you go, I mean, the more people expose themselves. And I tell people all the time, and people that actually know me, that I have fame, fortune, accolades, honors, awards,
Mm-hmm.
act, influence, power. None of that stuff had changed me. I'm the same person I was before all of it. But what I have seen is that it will change and expose the people that's around you. And I've prayed, I pray, I decree, I declare, do all that stuff that
Mm-hmm.
God would have exposed what's not supposed to be around me, what's not supposed to be connected to me. And God exposes. And a lot of times they removed him
For
on.
themselves. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I've had to cut a lot of people off. I had to dismiss a lot of people. I had to get rid of a lot of people that I've been knowing for umpteen years. I mean, I've had to let them go because a lot of times we want to bring people to the promise and the glory and the bigger things, but God never intended for
For
them to
them.
go. And so things happen the way they needed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't question God in that manner, because I asked for it, and He did exactly what I asked Him to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad He did. And so a lot of times, people around you have spirits that hold you back from achieving greater, or they got a poverty spirit, or they got a fearful spirit, or they got a spirit of what's that, sabotage,
That.
or
Yeah.
hindrance, or stumbling blocks. And you gotta
Mm.
get rid of folk. I don't care how long you've been on. I don't care how long you've been friends, how long you've been besties, how long you've been like family, even family. You gotta get rid of. Because them the worst
I
ones.
think that's the hardest part for people to think, to realize. Like my family, for instance, they think because your family, you just have to be like, no, sometimes you have to let them go too. I mean, you can love them, but I'm gonna love you from over here.
And I mean, when I moved away from Dallas, I know
Uh-huh.
people was against it. I mean, a lot of families, a lot of siblings, a lot of folk was questioning. I mean, I didn't even have answers. I mean, because God me, so I mean, a lot of things I didn't know. I mean, I moved by faith because of what I
Mhm.
heard the Lord say. But I mean, a lot of times you got to move away, and then when God establishes you, when God sets your feet on a rock, and when God brings you into the promise, then He'll allow you to go back and reconnect with family. And that's what happened to me.
Mm.
Uh,
Do
and
you
so,
think so? You think because God took you back to be able to do that because you knew how to handle it differently?
oh yeah, I mean,
Okay.
your experiences will woo, your experiences and things you've gone through will teach you
Mhm.
a lot of things, and actually give you and show you how to deal with people, show you how to move, show you how to walk, show you
Mhm.
how to walk,
Mhm.
be with grace, be with poise. And even now, even the more, um, I have to watch what I do, what I say, how I move, how I walk, what I do,
Right. Right.
because now I hold a big position that's no longer about me, but it's about everybody else around me, and
Yeah.
that's my legacy.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so you received some of the honors that you've received is like, hey country boy, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. I know you have a show
Hey,
coming up next.
what's up, Donnie?
You've received honors like the President's Lifetime Achievement.
I have two
Um,
presidential lifetime achievement awards from President Joseph Biden and the White House.
and then and multiple congressional awards, it says, and community recognition. What do you do within the community? What are some of the things you do in the community?
So a lot of times, I mean, I've done stuff with the homeless. I fed the homeless, given the homeless money. I mean, me and my secretary before he passed, I mean, we used to go out there all the time, giving to the poor and to the homeless. One thing about me, I don't film a lot of stuff when I do
Mhm.
things like that.
Right. Mhm.
Because the Bible says what you do in secret, God will reward openly.
Mhm.
A
Mhm.
lot of times I think, and this is no shade to anybody, but
Mhm.
some things ought not be on the camera. Some things, if you're gonna do it from the heart, you got to do it from the heart. You ain't got to have no cameras around you because God knows. That's the most important
Right.
thing. And
Right.
so even before all of this that I'm doing, before I even moved to Houston, I was advocating and I was a spokesperson and a coordinator for no more violence and a lot of different other things
Oh. Uh-huh.
community, advocating for people that were dealing with police brutality, that had children that were killed by police officers. I would go to different cities and speak. I even made headline news for speaking and advocating on the family's behalf and advocating no more violence.
Wow.
And speaking up for that in my teens.
Mm.
So, a lot of things I was doing. I mean, feeding the homeless. I would go. Uh, One of my sisters, she's a big PR in the world, and we, went to Atlanta, and I worked with Waka Flocka and Deb, and um, Rick Ross, and a lot of them other, other celebrities.
Uh,
They had came out, and we were giving out food and supplies to those people that were in need and doing community stuff. The PR, her name is Shatana Nelson, and me and so many other artists like Whiskey Boy, and I can't think of some other ones, but
mm.
we were all out there in Atlanta doing that. So I mean, even on my tours, I raise money for the less fortunate and those that are in need and kids and stuff like that. And the money I give it, and to the organizations, and they do what they need to do and disperse it.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't keep nothing for myself. So I mean, uh, those are the type of things that I do in the community and around the world, especially when I'm touring. So
Oh,
I have you was mentioned congressional awards. I have many of those.
because
Uh,
you're nominated for a BEA award.
I am.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought so. So I've been looking. I've been looking. Y'all just don't be know. I've been looking.
The 2025 best gospel singer of 2025. That's the nomination that I'm.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So,
Hmm.
I had a question and I lost it. Tell us about some of the things that you're doing now. Like, what do you have coming up? Because I know things are on. I know you're on fire because I see you. I've been seeing you here, 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 and everywhere. And not that you haven't been over these years, but it's just for me. I'm just now. I guess because I know who you are now, that's why I'm beginning to see it. Like when you buy your car, you see every one of them. Now I see you every time I open up social media. So, tell us about some of the things that's coming up for you, like performances or anything like that.
Uh, well, I'm always performing. I mean, I'm booked all the way until the end of the year, all the way to next year. So, I got new movies coming out that's I'm working on that I'll be a part of. I mean, I got so many different award shows that I'm being honored at, including um the Black Music Association,
Yes, yeah.
the arts. I'm being honored for that. The BMAs here in Houston.
Hmm.
And then I'll be receiving the Living Legend Award in Detroit. Um, I think that's my second or third one. In
Okay.
industry, I'll be receiving that in Detroit in August 30th. And then I got so much. I mean,
Right, I get it. I get it. So
I'm
where can
working
they
on
find
celebrity
your music?
shows that I'm producing and directing. I got so many different performances coming up and shows, and they're working on another tour, a world tour for next year. So
Oh, that's exciting.
yeah, it's exciting, but it's tiring as heck.
So tell me this. Some of the fun stuff I have to ask. So who would you like to duet with? If you could, anyone that you would like to duet with, who would you like it to be?
Well, I wanted it to be. They're no longer here.
Aretha Franklin?
Aretha. How you know that? You just all in the spirit. Aretha is my number one. That's one of my.
Yeah.
It was Aretha Franklin, James Brown, Michael Jackson. Hey Sharika.
Michael
Uh,
Jackson?
that are coming.
Really? I
Michael.
can see that.
Um,
Hey,
Ray
Sharika.
Charles. Um, Whitney Houston.
Mm,
And
I
then
knew that. I knew that too.
Luther Vandross. And then some of the ones that are still living: Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Shaka,
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder. Um, who was that one? Jamie Foxx.
Really? I wouldn't. Now
A lot
that
of
one I would have thought of.
people have been requesting uh and wanting me and Jamal Roberts that just won Sunday's Best and
Uh,
uh American Idol.
okay.
They've been wanting us to do something. Because they like YouTube will shut and
He does.
stays down. I said, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I would love to do something like that with him.
That
Because
would be so cool.
who else?
But you got to start look here. You got to start making it happen because these people getting up out of here. So we got to
Yeah,
start.
they are
And
about it.
that's not funny, but it is crazy. So yeah, we got to
They
start making
are
it
about
happen.
it. I mean, and I'm trying to get that done, ASAP. Uh,
Yeah.
if somebody says I have an old soul,
That's true. Yeah, and I actually was gonna say that to you. How did you get such an old soul? Were you raised around older
I was raised
people?
by older parents, but I
That's
was
what I thought.
raised around the older generation too. So I mean, I
Mhm.
got a lot of wisdom. I'm way beyond my years. Uh,
Yeah.
a lot of people ask me, "Have I died and came back 3 or 4 times?" Yeah, I probably have. Yes, I probably have. But yeah, no. I mean, those are people that I really want to work with, and do something with. And Fantasia is another one because she is dubbed as the queen of rock soul.
Didn't
And
know that.
I wanted to do something with Tina Turner, but she passed away right when they were announcing me.
Oh yeah, you said that.
And so that was, I mean, still to this day, that's crazy to me how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, that just, and somebody even asked me, I mean, which is crazy. I mean, so did you think that the media, the news and press did that to make you seem like a bad person, like you might have had something to do with her death? Because when you in this industry and entertainment, Hollywood, I mean, we blood sacrifices and stuff like that. So I told him, I said, no, I had nothing with it.
Do not put that in the atmosphere. Listen,
Right.
just not do that.
Uh, no, I had nothing to do with any of that. And I mean, it was crazy because I get asked so many questions. I mean, you'd be surprised the type of questions that I've been asked, and I'm like, really? I mean, why would I? I
That's
mean,
what you asking? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just crazy stuff. I mean, like, no, I would never. I mean, ever. So I mean, but no, I mean, to this day, I mean, it is crazy to me. I mean, how that happened. I mean, within hours of each other. But media, news, and press, they have their way of doing things. And
When
so
we have to just watch and be careful. That's
exactly.
why I kind of advocate to people, politicians, everything. I advocate to them sometimes to come reach out to us because
Right.
most of us, you know what? Let me not say most of us. The people that I know that do this, we want to get the real news, as they say, instead of the fake news. We want to get real news, real people, and hear from y'all, authentically. We want to hear that, and we are here to do that. So I actually push people to use more podcasters, and I call us real people.
I mean, my reach is not just in music and entertainment industry, but I mean, I do a lot in political and governmental,
Mm-hmm.
humanitarian, and
Okay.
movies. I mean, I've been in movies. I've been in reality TV shows. I mean, as a story.
Really?
I've produced. I've directed. I've had my own TV show. I've had my own radio show.
Well, are you 95 years old? Because you, you've done
And
so
to be
much
honest, and to be truthful with you,
inside.
I have accomplished all of this and made history around the world in my 20s. I haven't even made 30 yet.
Wow. That's amazing.
And I'll be 30 October 29th, and that's actually my national day. So y'all get prepared because we doing it big this year for my 30th and my third annual King Gospel Soul National Day in this city and state.
In Houston, yeah. The
So
one
yeah.
that Sylvester Turner honored you with. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yep. So no, I'm not 95, but I have probably died and came back a few times. So I probably
Yeah,
can
you
equal that.
you did so much that you would think that you like 95. So, question, out of the singing, the acting,
Mm.
which one is your favorite? Or producing?
Producing and directing is not my favorite.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
that's a
Okay.
lot of work. I mean, that's a lot.
Really?
Uh,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I would really have to say singing because I've been singing since I came out the womb. Music has always been my first love. And
Mhm.
so singing would have to be number one for me.
Okay. Okay. So I have to ask because I'm nosy. That's what I do. All these men, you're a handsome guy, right? So how do you get through this with all these women flocking behind you?
Oh my God. I knew you was going there. I
You knew
knew.
I was.
I knew you was going there. I knew you was going.
When I said you was
Uh,
handsome, huh? So how do you deal?
wh-
You better get ready because I can't believe anybody asked you that yet.
you know
Now
what?
you
Nobody.
question.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Nobody has ever crossed that in any interview that I've ever had over
Well,
all
here
the
you
years.
go.
And so I've been waiting on somebody to ask me that question. And you had to be the right person. So,
Course.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, a lot. I mean, they come like raven wolves. Even on tour, even on tour, even on
What
tour.
you be
Now,
doing? Blocking them.
well, you want to be honest, or you want me to be? You want me to lie?
I want you to be honest. You block some, you keep
No,
some.
I have had my share of getting it on, like Marvin Gaye would say, "Let's get
Yeah,
it
yeah,
on."
yeah.
So I have laid down the law quite a few times.
Love that
And so
transparency.
I'm just real about mine. I ain't got to
Yes,
lie.
and that's what I want.
And so even some of them, I mean, try to trap me, trying to get pregnant and stuff like that. One, I'll be honest with you. So I was on tour in Baltimore back in 2018, 2019 for about 3 months, and I had I'm on tour. I'm not looking for no relationship. I ain't looking to be with nobody.
Right.
But I was with this girl, and I told her we ain't gonna do nothing. We're gonna do it the Jesus way. That didn't last long. And before you know it, I mean, we was getting it on in the bedroom, and the next morning, my baby brother, I don't know if he watched, but I mean, he was there, so I mean, he can attest to it. And the next morning, she was going to get a pregnancy test. And she said, yeah, you was deep. I said, well, my pullout game is on point. So you
Well,
ain't.
first of all, let me stop you right there. There's no such thing. You out here in this world doing your thing. So that what you just said is no such thing.
What's no
We
such
need to
thing?
make pull-out game. We need to be protecting ourselves. So I'm gonna just give you that advice from an old lady to
I
a
mean,
young.
when you in the moment, you ain't thinking about no rubber. Now let me say this. I have had safe sex. I will say that. Now, hey
That
Candace.
one just caught you off guard.
No, you ain't caught me off guard. I mean, hey,
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
real.
I'm saying she caught that lady, that girl caught you off guard.
Well, hold on. She didn't catch me off guard because listen, I'm always paying attention. I ain't never, just out of there like I ain't, no.
Okay.
So what happened
Let me
was
shut up and listen to the story.
we had got into it, and she was feeling some type of way about whatever the situation was at that moment. And so I had to, calm the situation down, and we had to talk, and she was boo-hooing and crying and blah 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 blah. And you gotta, do what you gotta do to make the situation better. And then I was leaving. I was flying out of town the next day or so. And so, we was in the bedroom, and one thing led to another, and we just went for it. And the next morning she was trying to get pregnancy test. I know how to read it. So I called my sister in Dallas, and I know what a pregnancy test looked like, but I just wanted to make sure. And so they come running out the bathroom. Her and my other sisters that was there. She said, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. I said, girl, you ain't pregnant. Let me see that guy. It wasn't holy words. I said something else.
Right.
And so she come running out talking about I'm pregnant. I said, girl, you ain't pregnant. I said, let me see that such thermometer or whatever.
I can't stand you.
Whatever you call it. And so she came out, and I went outside where my young brother was, and I said, look at this, would you? And so I called my sister now. I said, hey, so if there's only one line, does that mean that she's not pregnant? And there's two. If there's a line going and a line going across, that means yes, that means she's pregnant, and that means she's pregnant. And I only saw one line going across. I said, girl, let me tell you something. You are not pregnant. And then you wouldn't know that if you're pregnant the next morning. And God told me I blocked. So I said, there's no baby of mine inside of you. And I've had quite a few women that have tried to do that.
That is, but let me say this, sir. I just look like this, but I'm not an old soul. I am old. I'm 55, gonna be 56. So I'm just gonna tell you like a big sister to a little sister. It's so much going on, sir, right now.
Oh yeah.
Every time you look up, you see all the stuff. I don't even have to tell you about the stuff. So you just have to choose wisely.
Oh,
Discernment.
even now,
Mm-hmm.
I choose very wisely because I've had quite a few women. I mean, even recently,
Yeah.
even as far as
So these Houston women to get you too now. Come on.
well, the last one I was with wasn't in Houston. She was in San Antonio. And but I've been on and off with one of them. I mean, so I mean, I don't know.
But
Uh,
you know that as your celebrity and your fame and all that. I tell this to people that you do have to be careful. I'm not even just
I'm
talking
very
about.
like
I'm not even talking about sexually. I'm not talking about that. Just
uh,
having discernment of who they are.
oh,
I have a friend that her son.
you got to be very careful because I mean, a lot of them. I mean, they out for what they can get, or they out for
Yeah. And they latch onto you. They will latch onto you.
Oh yeah,
And I hate to say that about my,
I,
but especially with you being young and and they know you got stuff going for you. So you do have to be careful. But what I was gonna say is that my friend, her son graduated and went to UT to play football. And I'll never forget when that stuff was going on with, is it Deion Watson, whatever that man name is, the massage stuff was going on. I remember her having to have a conversation with her son that, hey, when you go off to college, you've got to be careful because they're going to try to latch onto you because of who they know that you're going to be. So I'll just leave you with that, sir.
yeah, I mean, I've had my face off. I mean, and then you have to understand in this plateau, in this industry,
Absolutely.
all types of people are going to come after you. Uh, Women, men, trans, you name it, whatever it is. I mean, they're going to come, and you got to be prepared for that. I've had executives even try to hit on me. I mean, I ain't gonna mention no names. I mean, because I'll take that to my grave. But I mean, you gotta just be prepared. I mean, and you
prepared.
Pay attention to everything. You can't afford to miss anything or not pay attention or not be aware. Especially because last year in October, I went to an entertainment party. I went, and I was drugged.
Really?
And almost died. And they rushed me to the hospital. I mean, they couldn't stabilize me. They could not stabilize me at all. So whatever the drug was, it was laced with something. It had to have been because it was so strong that they said my heart was beating out of my chest and my head. I mean, my head felt like it was about to explode. My temperature was 108. My heart rate was 124. I went into sepsis, tachycardia. So I mean, in this, you gotta watch everybody. You gotta watch. I mean, you can't sit no drink down. You can't do nothing. You gotta pay attention.
And that's the thing too about trying to. I'm used to moving around by myself a lot because I don't have time to be waiting on people to say no, I can't go. I don't have time to go. I don't have the money. Whatever it is, I do move around by myself. So I am working better on certain things like leaving my drink. Because even I'll put a napkin over, but then you realize somebody could have moved that napkin and slid something in and kept on going. So that I will say that for me, that's something I have to do better about paying attention to that.
Now, do I want some kids? Yes, I do.
Do you?
I have too big of a legacy.
Legacy.
And too big of a career, and just.
Do you want to get married though?
Huh?
Do you want to get married? I heard you say, "Huh." I was hoping that's not what you said. Sir.
Let me be honest with you. Let me be honest.
Okay, be honest.
When I was younger, because I grew up in a house.
Hi, Candace.
To where my parents, they've been married now for about 46. I think.
Oh, that is amazing.
And so I know what a relationship looks like. I know what being in love looks like. I know what communication between two parties looks like. I know what solving an issue looks like. I know what that looks like. I mean, I've had it for 29 years of my life. And so when I was younger, I had a desire to be married. I wanted 10 children.
Oh God.
I wanted a whole
big family.
And have them singing and performing and doing the same stuff that I was.
Jacksons.
Right, like the Jacksons. And so now, um, uh, with
Whew,
the
what we
state
gonna
of this
do
world,
with you, Mr. William?
with the state of this world and what's going on, um,
You don't want no 10 kids. I know that no more.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
And then now, don't laugh at me. I mean, and y'all that's watching, I mean, y'all take it, run with whatever you're gonna do because you're gonna do it anyways. Uh, but I don't even know if I want to be married. I mean, to this point, marriage I mean, is a traditional thing. It's a generational thing. It's an ancestral thing.
Yeah.
It is not a must.
Okay.
It is not a it has to be like this. It was traditional. It was generational. This is something that we follow from generations on down and stuff like that. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
normal thing. To me, we can just sign a contract and be done. Because baby, I don't want to go through all the stuff of getting a divorce and then you trying to take half of this and half of that and you ain't built a goddamn thing.
You
And then
know, William, I must say to you, I had a conversation with a friend about this some couple of months ago, and I'm with you. Like, let's sign a contract. What was yours, yours was mine, mine. If we come up with something in the middle of ours,
right. I mean, we can
we'll
do the.
have to.
I mean,
Yeah,
we can do the.
I
mean,
must say that I, at this age, I must agree with that.
yeah. I mean, we can do the rings and all that kind of stuff.
I
Whatever.
don't want to do no rings either.
No rings. Okay. Well, bump
No
the ring.
rings because we ain't married, so we ain't
Have a
wearing no rings.
contract, a marital contract, or whatever
Yes.
case. And if some, I mean, we just can get out of it. We didn't got to go through all of the
Right.
divorce processes and all the legal proceedings and all the
And
kind
you trying to take what I have?
And then you sign a prenup, I sign a prenup, and we be good. I mean, live for and just love. I mean, that's just where I'm at.
Right.
And,
I agree. I really, really agree with that.
I've seen so much, and so much is going on in the world, and you just you just don't know what a person has up their sleeve or what they coming with or what they gonna try to do. I don't care how much the person say they
Or
go
my
and look
kid,
your dirty drawers or your dirty panties or whatever case may be.
my daughter always says, we talk about people doing prenups stuff, they'll say, "Oh no, but I'm in love with him and he's in love with me," and da 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 da. And my daughter says, "Yeah, but when it comes time where y'all ain't get along and y'all get a divorce, you don't know who that's gonna become."
Exactly.
So, protect yourself.
She become a district terror.
Huh?
I said he or she could become a district terror.
Yeah.
And so, that's my mindset about it. I mean, if you ain't for that, if you watching,
yeah, that's on you.
Then don't talk about you want to date me because I'm just telling you where I'm at in my life, and where I see. Because I mean, I don't want to go through all this stuff. I mean, I got no, thank you.
Got enough stuff going on. We don't want the drama.
Keep the drama over there where it's at. I want peace of mind.
That part. That part right there. And everybody just can't do it.
We just don't work out as
a couple
relationship or a couple or somebody that's married by contract.
Yeah.
We can get out of it and go on our separate ways. I mean, why have stuff? That means that's just nonsense. No.
So your parents have been married for 40 something years?
Yes.
Wow. And are they still in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. My dad actually just turned 73, and I think my mom's gonna return 71.
Okay. So we're gonna start wrapping up. So I want you to tell me in your last words, what would you like to sum up your chat with Trina with? Tell us something that we haven't talked about, I may have missed. And you also need to tell us, you look like, what else? I told a politician one time, or a public servant, as they want to be called, give me your last words. He was like, "You sound like I'm finna die." I said,
what do you say? Your last will and testament, please.
Yes, but what I mean is, what would you like us to know? Tell us, and where can your fans find you on social media, wherever, whatever?
So first of all, you can find me on Facebook, William Campbell. You can follow me on Instagram, which is the King of Gospel Soul. For those that want to book, you can email. If you want to book for TV, radio, performances, tours, whatever the case may be, you can email the King of Gospel Soul, mgmt@gmail.com. Again, that's the King of Gospel Soul, mgmt@gmail.com.
Okay.
Or you can call my booking agent. Hold on, let me get it. 901-216-2935. That's Terrell Wright. Did you get that?
Uh-huh.
Or you can hit up Psalms Group Studios, which record label I'm signed to, or you can hit up Right Way Records or One Way Management. They'll be happy to. There you go. Terrell Wright booking. Psalms Group Studios as well. So I mean, all of them on social media. So yeah, hit them up. A lot of them, I don't deal with stuff, so you might want to hit them up. If you inbox me, I'm just gonna send you over to them, because I mean, I'm way too busy. I don't have time to be doing all the logistics. And
don't tell us all that, because what I'm going to tell you about that is too. Even though you have management, you have all that stuff, you got to still make sure you check on them. I'm going to be honest with you. I try to do protocol, but what I have learned over the last 3 years, I'm not doing managers if they're going to be disrespectful. I found I've had 2 that were very disrespectful, and you tell the artist, and of course that's who they trust, so you have to just leave the artist there. So I still say to performers, those people, check the temperature and check with people to see. I was a mystery shopper for apartments, because you never know. You can trust somebody all you want, but trust me, you need to do a check-in. And I'm not saying nothing bad about anybody, because there are some good ones. Eva Noel is amazing, but there are some people that change, and you don't know it because you trust them.
Well, see, I've always done that, and because burnt by management and record labels I've been stolen from. So I've been through the same thing. And
you know what I'm saying?
I've been through the same thing a lot of the other artists and celebrities that have been signed under contract through. So I know what that feels like. I know what that looks like. And so I'm on top of stuff, baby. I'm called, hey,
that's good.
Because I get royalties off of everything I do. And so I be checking stuff.
Yeah. And
you don't want to see that other side of me.
When I talk to kids about going to college and what careers they want, they always saying they want to be a superstar, and I always tell them, you know what else you need? You need to know how to count, because you need to know how to count your money, because if everybody can count your money but you, it's gonna be an issue.
And see, let me just say that what you said, the kids talking about they want to be superstars and stuff like that, and not being able to count their money. Don't end up like R. Kelly, because R. Kelly went through the same thing. But I'll say this: a lot of people even have come to me saying to help me make them a star and be famous and all that kind of stuff. You know, people admire you. You're a role model. And so, and one thing I tell them, I said, let me tell you something. If you cannot handle the pressures and the weight of fame and stardom and being in demand and being in the press, being in the media, everybody knowing your business all on Google and the World Wide Web and all that stuff, not being able to get rest, touring, here, there, and everywhere, do not set yourself up for failure, because a lot of people have gotten in this thing and drugs have taken them out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Drugs have taken them out, and if you're weak-minded, if you're weak, this ain't for you. So you
have to build some thick skin. Even what I do, I don't have thick skin, but I've had to get some lately, in the last few years, because you will get taken advantage of.
This industry will run you over if you are weak and you don't know nothing, and you just, and you signing contracts, don't know what you signing, baby. You be this life away.
Yeah.
And that was a man that has
That
signed.
was a tradition of Motown. All those people signed those contracts and
See,
was
I
really
work with
signing their life away.
I work with Motown. I work with Martha Reeves, and that's like a god
Mm,
to me. So a lot of these legends I have worked with or talked to, and
mhm.
a lot of the stories that they have told me, you'll be surprised. I mean,
I can imagine.
of the things that they've gone through and the things that have happened on these record labels and these, you know, industry executives and all that kind of stuff, you know. So I mean, if that's not something you ready to deal with,
Mhm.
don't don't go into it.
I'm gonna make sure that I get you out to my to some of my campuses this year.
Yeah, I listen. I was telling somebody actually the other day. I would love to come and
Yeah,
speak. You know,
definitely. Yeah,
services.
I had 6 campuses last year, but I'll have 6 in the fall. I'll
Oh,
definitely get you to invite you out to chat with some of them. I've had some authors come out and talk to them, but yeah, because some of them just want to hear. They need to hear the real thing, especially the boys. I had some people come
right.
out and talk to some of my girls, but I haven't had people to come out and talk to some of the guys. And I think that would be. I have a middle school, especially that's on my mind that I probably have you come and maybe mentor some of them.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and close out now. But William, this was so much fun.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
I knew that we shouldn't do our interview face to face because we'd have been laughing too long. It would have went on. We're already over time because I got another meeting, but we would have been going on and on and on. But I definitely would like to have you back again.
Yeah.
So maybe me, you, and Country Boy
Oh,
got to
that's
do
what
one
I forgot.
together.
Oh,
Oh, go
before
ahead. Yeah.
that's what I forgot. So the new album, I need y'all
Yes.
to go and I need y'all to go purchase. I need y'all to go stream it up. I need radio stations to go play it, put it in rotation, whatever it may be. But go and get my new album, The Musical Evolution, The King of Gospel Soul, William Campbell. There's 8 tracks on that song. It is phenomenal. You got line dance songs on there. You got mixture of pop, you
Oh,
got funk, you got soul, you got my genre gospel soul on there. So I mean, it's a universal record. I mean, it's for everybody, every walk of life, every culture.
yes.
So go get the album. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. It's on iHeartRadio. It's on Deezer. It's on Pandora. On YouTube. So go run up them streams. Go purchase it. It's called The Musical Evolution of William P. Campbell.
Yes. Let's get out and support Mr. William Campbell, the king and originator of gospel soul. And I can't wait to see you perform. I gotta get to something that you
You
perform.
ain't
So
been in
keep
my
me, huh?
You ain't been to none of my performances yet?
I just kind of met you at Frisky Whiskey.
That was a month or so ago. You know that.
But we definitely gonna make sure you keep me posted of your events. So one, I can post them, but two, so that I can attend. I would love to hear your. I mean, I've heard you on social media. I saw you singing somewhere, but I haven't been there to see you in person. And to me, because I'm a lover of live music, it's
In
nothing like
person,
being there to hear it live. Huh?
I said in person is a whole nother different
It's a
experience.
whole nother. I have a shirt that says there's nothing like a live music experience. So yes, nothing like that. But y'all make sure that y'all reach out to Mr. Terrell, not Mr. Terrell, I'm sorry, Mr. William. Mr. Terrell Wright is his manager, booking agent. So you call him at 901-216-2935. All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We're gonna see you soon.
All right. Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Oh, and y'all make sure that y'all know to go to youtube.com/chat with Trina. If you don't catch this live, a lot of people don't catch it live. Y'all can watch it later. But the number will still be there. And make sure y'all click on the little bell to make sure that subscribe. And then click on the little bell to make sure that you catch my next upload of my videos. Good night, sir.
Good night. See y'all
Be careful out there.
later. Peace.
Bye.